I know this may sound weird, but I invite you to close your eyes. Take this small moment for yourself. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Focus on the sound of your breath. Feel your belly expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. And once more.
I'm sharing this video with you today because I want you to try yoga. I want to create a video that accurately depicts what my experience with yoga has been in a way that gets you onto a mat of your own. I've been practicing consistently for over a year. It's been a part of my morning 90% of the time, but sometimes when I'm sick or on my period, I've chosen to skip it. Before I started this practice, people always seemed to talk about yoga as if it was so much more than just stretching, exercise, or meditation. They spoke about it with such a deep love and respect that I could never understand. However, 1 year ago, leaving my mat after that first session, my body awake, head clear, heart relaxed, and mood positive, I understood. As soon as I step onto my mat, every part of me relaxes just that little bit. This is the time I've carved out of my day purely for myself. I begin by taking a few deep breaths, focusing on my body and noticing how I'm feeling today. My mind settles, heart rate slows, body stills. As I move through my practice, I sense every movement in my body. For some muscles to tighten, others must relax. The big and small muscles working in harmony within the body. In each pose, I feel my body working and releasing. My mind wanders, but my breath quietens the noise. Each inhale is an opportunity to begin again, and it feels that way. Every exhale releases stale energy. I finish my practice with a final deep breath in and out, bowing my head as I say namaste, thanking myself for taking this time. The hardest part of this whole thing is putting my yoga clothes on in the morning. Most mornings I don't feel like stretching and moving my body at all. Some days I only get through a quarter or halfway through the practice before I get up and walk away, as there's just too much on my mind and I feel that need to get started. And sometimes that's the right call for me. But no matter how long my practice, I always walk away from my mat feeling more energized, positive, and more connected to the world around me than I did before. For the first month, I followed Yoga with Adrienne's 30-day yoga journey, which was a really great way to build the habit and learn the foundational movements and skills. And for the next few months, I slowly made my way through other videos on her channel, picking what I felt like on a daily basis, as well as attending some in-person classes at my local gym. From there, I wanted to take what I had learned and create my own flow, encompassing movements that I really enjoyed, areas that I craved relief from, and where I wanted to improve upon. It ended up being a 30-minute flow that I continued to practice for the majority of my journey, which brought me to my 18-day road trip around Queensland, where we were living out of a van, in a new place every day with a new crazy schedule. It was on this trip when I first experienced practicing yoga outside and in front of others that weren't also doing yoga, like in a class or something. There wasn't enough room in the van for my mat, let alone to stretch up and do yoga, and there were always people outside in the caravan parks. That first day, before I walked out of the van and put my mat down, I was really self-conscious. But as soon as I stepped onto my mat and felt the sun on my skin, I felt like I was home. It was incredible. I didn't care about anyone who may or may not have paid any attention to me. I had created my own space where I could exist in any way I wanted. And from that point onwards, I have only practiced outside, often seek sunlight to accompany me, and often find myself in places where there are other people around, and I don't mind at all. I even tried practicing in the rain, which was incredible in its own way. Would definitely recommend. And that brings me to today. After 1 year of yoga, a lot has changed, and if I didn't have all of this footage that I do have to look back on, I don't think I would realize the extent of this change. I've come a long way, not just physically, but mentally. The biggest change I've noticed is in my relationship with my body. I, like many, have struggled with body issues in the past. I am always on the lookout for areas of improvement, and I often pick apart and scrutinize myself. But as I got stronger, more flexible, and competent with the movements, yoga really helped me to understand my body and its purpose. It's really difficult to articulate this feeling that I'm going to try and describe, but it's almost like this shift has happened where I no longer see my body as a vessel, but instead feel how alive and present it allows me to be. I no longer or hardly ever scrutinize myself, but instead listen out and look for ways that my body is trying to tell me things and how I can help it and what I can give it to feel better through movements like in yoga. It's really helped improve my mind-body connection, and it allows me to just feel so at home and at peace within my body. And it's given me such a deep respect and gratitude to just be able-bodied. It's just the most wonderful feeling. I'm so thankful that I set myself this challenge, that I put aside the time every day to show up and place my feet upon my mat. I now have yoga in my repertoire as something I can always rely on and come back to if I'm feeling troubled physically or mentally. I have a newfound appreciation for and relationship with my body that is the healthiest and most sustainable since I was a child. I now appreciate my flaws. It's crazy. I feel more in tune with my body, and I feel that I know what it needs and how to gift that. I feel very physically able. Being more flexible and stronger helps me with everyday tasks and with my sports. It has made me get more excited about the human body and what it can do, how versatile and adaptive it really truly is. How much we can do and to appreciate everything that we can do. It's given me goals and things to work towards. I cannot speak more highly about my experience with yoga, and I really hope that if you decide to give it a go, that you experience everything that I'm talking about and more. If you do decide to give it a try, I highly recommend checking out Yoga with Adrienne's channel and starting off with one of her 30-day yoga challenges, just to get your foot in the door, get into a routine, and really see what yoga is all about. Experiment with practicing at different times of the day and in different locations. You don't have to go outside or in public, but maybe just different spaces of your house. You also don't need a special mat or any yoga-specific clothing. But if you do need something to get you started, I would recommend checking out Facebook Marketplace, as there's always yoga gear for sale on there. Okay, so that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this has encouraged you to even just think about trying yoga. I myself will be continuing to practice every day in different locations. It's not going to be a strict thing. I'm not going to push myself if I don't feel like it. I've missed heaps of days so far this year, but I'm just doing what my body feels like, and when I feel like it, I will get down onto my mat, and as I said, I always feel much better for it. If you liked this video, please let me know by giving me a big thumbs up and subscribing if you'd like to see more. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at Lauren__hog. I upload new videos every second Thursday, and if you know anyone who might benefit from this video or is interested in trying yoga or any of my other videos on this channel, then please feel free to send this to them. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Bye.